Good morning, good morning. It is Monday, October the 8th, 2018. You're listening to RadioFreeRadford.com. Be sure to follow us on Facebook at Radio Free Radford, Radio Free Radio on Twitter, and Radio Free Radford on Instagram. This morning, if you were up between 6:30 and 8, we woke up to a heavy presence of fog. Visibility was between 0 and 3 miles around the campus, and thankfully that fog is finally burning off. But unfortunately, we do have some rain moving on in on this Columbus Day. We'll talk more about that coming up later in the show. A forecast high of 80 degrees today with a low of 64. 40% chance of scattered showers and storms are out there again. So just keep the umbrella handy as hopefully this will be one of the last of the warmest days that we are going to be seeing with this as well. So I don't know about you. I'm ready for some nice cooling temperatures as we head towards fall. Already this morning, we are good news. I'd like to report to you. We'll have a guest on here about every day this week, and this is number 10. We'd like to introduce you he is the jazz coordinator type person from WVRU. So good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm doing well.
All righty. So let's first of all just introduce yourself, your name, where you're from, your role, your major, and your graduation year.
Yep. My name is Guastaferro. I'm a senior here at Radford University. I did 2 years of community college before coming here, and I've already said where I'm from, correct?
Yes, you did.
Yeah, okay. And yeah, my role at WVRU Radford, I have a couple. I'm a DJ. I do a couple shows. One is called Music Store, where I play a bunch of new stuff. Then I do a jazz cafe show, which is just mainly jazz. And then I have my own show on Sunday nights called The Rocking Pot. It's at 9 p.m. It'd be nice if people can listen in. Basically what I do is just that I take different types of rock and I put a playlist together, and it's a lot of fun. But my main title is that I help broadcast basketball games, and that's coming up in a month. And so it'll be my job to help, broadcast commercials and stuff like that. I'm really excited for it.
Awesome. Well, of course, you got a few of your shows on there as well, and they air there on WVRU as well. So, what decided you to get in part with WVRU?
Well, it's kind of funny. It mainly has to do with my dad, and I grew up on music. I grew up on his music. He was really into 70s, rock. Stuff like Led Zeppelin, the Emerson, Lake and Palmer, bands of that era.
Okay.
I grew up on that.
Okay.
And he actually went to Tech, and he planned on doing radio there. And unfortunately, he kind of backed out in the end. And that's not to put down my dad, but he always kind of said that, it was the one thing he wished he could have done. So I thought, well, if I get that chance, I'm not going to pass up on it. And so, I got up on it, and I've been doing it for about a year and a half, and I'm absolutely loving it.
Right. Well, it sounds like you're in a roll right there, especially some of those music, back in the 70s and 80s, Led Zeppelin, AC/DC, stuff like that, too. Very familiar with those, too. And, go rock and a little bit of jazz with that also. So
yeah, he just raised us on, me and my older brother, he raised us on a whole different bunch of music, but mainly, 70s rock. Not much of an AC/DC fan. I kind of fell in love with AC/DC on my own, but, still.
Yeah.
A lot of the music I get is from my dad.
Awesome. Cool story there. So if someone is interested in joining the radio station, how can they reach out to you all?
Well, first off, we have our website on the university website, and on it has our contact information where you can contact my boss, John Benefield, and he's in charge of the whole thing. And we've already gotten started with new recruitments and introducing them. So it may be a little bit late now, but next semester I'm sure we'll start getting more people in. But yeah, just send John a message, and he'll be more than happy to for you to come in and see.
Awesome. So what are the different type of positions if someone was interested in joining, if there was an open position?
Well, mainly most people, it's volunteers, who come on and do on-air talent. That's how I started off with.
Okay.
They get a jazz cafe shift or a music store shift. And then what ends up happening is that we offer work study positions.
Okay.
And this is stuff from I don't know all of them from the top of my head, but there's jazz director, music director, somebody who's in charge of like students, and of course there's my position where you help broadcast basketball games, and these are paid positions.
Okay.
And it's one of the things that we tell people when we're recruiting, if this is something you want to do, it will really look good on a resume.
Awesome. Yeah, for sure, indeed. And, something like this Radio Free Radford as well, this is not it's more of a volunteering type thing as well, but, you all are much more broader spectrum, and y'all's own radio station, is it, and that airs on 88.9, correct?
Yep, 89.9 FM.
89.9 FM. Oh, that was correction on my part. Okay. Well, enough of that cool story there, so we're going to throw a little collaboration together today, if that's all right with you.
That's fine with me.
Well, obviously, we are flying by this month. It's the 8th day, and we're celebrating Breast Cancer Awareness Month, so I got the pink on this morning here.
Yeah. And
it's also Columbus Day, Christopher Columbus. Well, I'm going to save that for a different variation type of day, but, it's 526 years since he explored the ocean blue in 1492. And so along, he thought this was the Indies and Hades and everything like that. So any thoughts on Mr. Columbus?
I mean, as you grow up, when you're younger, you think that, it's a day off. Obviously we don't have that here today, but, as you get older and you learn about him, you realize it's a really complicated figure. And of course there's the controversy where people think that, he shouldn't have his own day because of what has come of light with the terrible things he did,
Right.
But it is one of those complicated things, but, somebody had to find this place first, and he was the first, apparently.
Yes, 526 years ago, to believe that or not.
Yeah.
And it's also, this one I think was kind of cool, National Flutter Nutter Day. And basically it's, you think of marshmallow fluff or peanut butter bread, any type like that. You can eat as many as you'd like to thanks to this day. Initially, the term flutter nutter was coined as why the marshmallow spread manufacturing company, Durkee Mauer, I think I said that correctly, to market a sandwich that featured fluff. Now it's a national holiday, which it is today. So we celebrate this by eating a sandwich, cookie, cupcake, a type of candy form, or some type of fluff of marshmallows in that. So, I don't know. I like marshmallows. I like cookies and cake.
I just mainly like marshmallows when they're in the s'mores, but this holiday, it just sounds right up my alley.
Yeah, there you go.
I do like food, so.
Oh, I do too. I don't know a person who wouldn't. And we are also, the pollen. Has the pollen been affecting you here lately? Or?
When fall in the spring kicks in, that's where my allergies really start to kick in.
Yeah.
And very early in the semester, especially higher up here in the altitude. I remember last year, my very first day, I got sick.
Oh, no.
I just remember feeling it come on, and I had a rough time sleeping that night. But as of right now, it's not really affecting me right now.
Well, that's because the pollen levels are going to remain. The pollen levels will remain low all this week, thanks to some rain. Then we're going to talk about that with now Tropical Storm Michael. It's now formed in the Gulf of Mexico late last night, over the weekend, I should say. It is projected to become a Category 2 storm as it will make landfall tomorrow in Florida. There are winter hurricane storm watches and warnings, portions of that. And, we had Florence a couple of weeks ago, it seems like. And thankfully, this is not going to be like that. Because last time, Florence, as you know, recalled, it just stalled and stalled and stalled. And this one is going to come as it makes landfall in Florida tomorrow. It will be exiting out of the U.S. just like it about Friday, which will unfortunately give us some rain showers, tropical downpours are possible, but we don't have to worry about no major flooding concerns like we saw with Florence right there as well.
Yeah.
And that's good news because we really, really need to dry out. And also, with this being October, where you're getting closer to Halloween, are you a big fan of that? Or?
Oh, yeah. Especially with me being a metalhead, I listen to a lot of heavy metal.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not all I listen to, but, But yeah, Halloween, is a very big deal for a lot of people. Of course, when you're a kid, it's where you get all the sweets. And, I'm really excited for it. Of course, on my show, The Rocking Pot, I'm going to be doing a Halloween show. It's going to be filled with a bunch of horror-themed songs, definitely going to have some metal on it. And yeah, I am really excited for it. And, it's also big on a lot of college campuses, the Halloween parties. But,
right, there you go. Hey, if you want to get decked out on that, or if you want to get in the groove, you can head over to WVRU on Halloween and listen to some spectacular tunes. I don't know. And maybe throw some jazzical music. Anyway, moving on with that. That's why I stick to weather and stuff like that and let you do you and I be me. How about that? Well, we appreciate you coming. We appreciate you coming on this morning, and they can listen to you on what days?
You can listen to me on Wednesdays from 10 to 11. That's when I do music store. And then, excuse me. And on Fridays, I do 2 shifts of Jazz Cafe. Those are pre-recorded shows, which is 11 and 1.
Okay.
And then on Sunday, I have my main show, The Rocking Pot. Follow it on Twitter and Facebook.
Alrighty.
And, Sundays at 9, it's really fun. It's a great show. I love doing it. Just please come in and listen.
All right. Well, we'll be sure to plug you in there as well, and some great content coming up in the future, along with, you said, the study program. You continue to work with that as well.
Yep, the work study positions.
Work study positions, that is. Alrighty. Well, unfortunately, all good things must come to an end, but we are back on the air later on today with more great hits and more great guests as well. Be sure to follow us on Facebook at Radio Free Ratty, Twitter, I said that backwards. Twitter, Radio Free Ratty, Facebook and Instagram, it's just Radio Free Radford. Like us, tweet us, hashtag us, follow us, thumbs us up, and all that nice stuff. Follow us while you're there. And for more weather information, you can head over to RU Weather 1 on Instagram and Twitter if we didn't discuss enough, but I think we discussed a lot this morning, from the pollen to some fog and some possible tropical rain moving in our direction. Well, folks, we hope you'll make it a great Monday. I know it's a gloomy day, but good news is that fall break is Friday. I'm looking forward to that. I don't know about you.
Yep, I am too. I'm driving home 5 hours.
Oh.
Well, actually, I'm going to try to leave Thursday so
Okay.
I can, drive home then. But, I am really excited for it too.
All right. Well, and the good news, we'll be feeling like fall finally for sure.
Yep.
All righty, folks. We hope you make it a great day, and I'll see you. You will hear me back here tomorrow morning at 10 a.m.